Number three, to be a great trans ally, do put your pronouns, your own pronouns, in your social media bios and email signatures. Even if it's something that's really obvious to you, it may not be to somebody else.
It normalizes it,
Yes.
When
Thank you.
when it's not seen to be something that just trans people do. And I'd push that even further, because sometimes, you get to an event and people will be asked, if you want to say your pronouns, hopefully never told they have to, because that's awful for other reasons. But don't think, oh, well, it doesn't matter, everyone will know what I am. Because you can get in the awful situation sometimes where only the trans person says their pronouns, which is really othering. So by putting them on pronouns, when you meet someone, like, hi, my name's Ian and my pronouns are he, him, you're making it really, really kind of, it's just what everyone does.
Yeah, it just makes you feel included without it being overt and in your face,
Yeah.
It's also, when we talk about like allyship and making people feel comfortable, it is a very clear marker, and in both directions. Like when you see people with awful mocking beep boop bop stuff, it's like, okay, cool, I know to avoid you. You have labeled yourself a problem, and I'm just gonna walk the other way. Seeing someone who does label it, I know. You don't have to be on Twitter long to see some snarky, I'm ignoring you because, pronouns in bio. It's like, okay, well, I know this person has put themselves out there, even if in such a small way. They might not have everything down, but they at least try to walk the walk.
I sometimes howl with laughter when you see people post, I don't use pronouns. Really?
What have you just done?
But as you say, both ways, it is a kind of way of saying, I'm not perfect, but I want to be an ally, and you're telling the world that.
Yeah, and coming from a place of like, so like I'm an engineer and I work in a multinational global company, and especially when you deal with cultures overseas, it's not always obvious, what your pronouns are. And I like to use the correct pronouns, and when I get a name that's like, I don't know what, like, it's a totally different culture. I don't want to say something, I don't know what they are, because, obviously I haven't even seen that. I just, all I have is a name, and it's like, it's just helpful to know, like, like when I'm referring to somebody or to you or to anybody, like, and I'm sure there's a lot of the opposite, there are probably a lot of folks in China having the same conversation, like, God, how does she get a V out of this MH? Like, what on earth? Like, I just, or something like that. This goes beyond. This is just good social media practice.
It's been good practice on Zoom for me as well. So obviously I work in sport and I do a lot of Zoom meetings. And if I put my pronouns in when I'm working with other sports coaches, I get quite a few people asking me, why is that in there? And all I say is that it's my small way and an easy way of supporting the a community of people who are, as researchers told us, the most prejudiced against in the UK. And when I look at the hate crime statistics, that the hate crime has gone up, transphobic hate crime has gone up by 38% in the last year. And, we see the stories in the media and we see how much the transgender community gets attacked. To be able to put do something that simple, that I know that it may not have an impact on 99 people in the room, but if it makes a difference for one person, then it's worth doing.
100%, Ian. 100%.
Totally.